I'm Daryl Wallace. I'm actually from Zuni, Pueblo of Zuni. My son was diagnosed with autism. He was actually at the age of 5 when he was diagnosed. We moved here from Nevada, where he showed signs. However, in the setting that we had in Nevada, they weren't patient enough to assess him. Versus in our own community, I was fortunate enough that my aunt, she was a paraprofessional for the Head Start, and she actually helped me get through his assessments and walked him through it and had been there every step of the way, where she introduced me to EPICS and had pushed me to start coming to these conferences so that way I can get more resources for him. For today, I learned just the different strategies on the first sessions that I went to on behavior issues that I can use to approach my son with, who I have noticed needs behavior changing, and different ways to approach it rather than being completely direct and get him more upset, and just going step by step in a calming way, so that way he learns the right way to do things and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, as well as just getting more information, as well as possibly becoming a board member for EPICS now, just so I can get much more involved, especially with my own community. I got in touch with another parent. She's actually one of the board members right now, and I got in touch with her not long after I got the diagnosis. She contacted me herself, and now we actually started a support group in our community for all parents, any parents, community members that want to learn more. It's for us, we want our community to be more aware, as well as someplace for newer parents that are learning their diagnosis of their child. So we all have a place that everybody can talk amongst each other without being judged or being looked at or talked about within the community, where just as parents can just comfort each other and the challenges that we're all having. But I'm trying to continue with those support group meetings if they'll allow it. For my community, they actually, a lot of them don't listen to the parent, since with my own son, we had our IEP meetings a couple months ago, and myself and my son's father, we actually gave them suggestions on how to approach him and different ways to make his learning better, to eliminate some of the meltdowns that he was having, or just them constantly giving us a call. And it's like I had learned that they don't approach them the way that they should be approached. They're very forceful. They don't sometimes listen to the parents and their concerns. And all they want to do is just make sure that the IEPs are completely done, and that all teachers just know about the IEP. However, with my own son, they wouldn't accommodate some of the things that I recommended for his IEP, as well as majority of our community is actually one that doesn't accept difference. They don't accept how different all children with special needs are. They frown upon those with special needs, and it's sad. I cried about it. At one point it got to where I didn't attend some of the social functions, the traditional functions that we have in our community due to the bad experiences that we had. I took my son, he doesn't like loud noises, and he actually had a meltdown, and I had gotten up, and there's people of all ages, males, females, and they're talking about my son, and they're saying how I was a bad parent and that I just need to discipline him, take him home, and never bring him to functions like our traditional stuff that goes on. But after a while, I had to speak with actually one of my family members who's actually part of Akiva, and explain to them what's going on. And from there, they've actually started talking with their own little kivas about children with special needs, that they are part of the community, that they need to be accepted. So, I mean, that's the biggest barrier, is the acceptance from the whole community, which there isn't any acceptance. We still get frowned upon when we go into the community, and if he like screams or something, I mean, that's just his way of letting out his frustration or something that he can't verbally express. But that's the biggest challenge I believe I have in my community. There are other parents out there. We know how it is once you find out the diagnosis. What myself and another parent we called it our grieving process. Right when you find out, you don't know what to do, you think you're alone. But there are parents out there willing to help, are willing to help you get through this whole process, to acceptance, help you with the resources, even just to be there to listen for any advice, any challenges that they may be having. We are here. I reached out, as well as other parents reaching out. It's all the matter of asking for that comforting words that they're not alone. But there's many of us out there that go through the same thing once you find out what's going on with your child. I mean, we're all one. We all know the process. We all grieve the same. We know what each parent's going through because we've been through it too. But if any parent needs that support, we are all here. It's just a matter of reaching out to a parent, if you know if you're comfortable with the parent that has possibly the same diagnosis or a similar one. I mean, we're all here for every parent.